April 27, 2019. An ATR-42 owned by Somerset Airlines was on a regional flight from North Dakota to Minnesota. The ATR in question was a 9-year-old aircraft and was just bought by Somerset in 2012. On this flight in 2019, there was 35 on board, 2 crew and 2 pilots. The pilots on board being pilot Timothy J. Smith and co-pilot Nixon Y. Wester. Timothy had logged around 300,000 hours, 109 being on the ATR. Nixon having only 180,000 hours, 82 being on the ATR. The pilots were familiar with this aircraft since it had some instrument failure and GPWS failure from a very rough landing in 2018, 3 months before the crash. The pilots would ask ATC for clearance to push back, and they say clear. They would start pushbacking from the apron. Somerset Airlines was basically an American version of WizJet and had some good reputation in the past years for its good safety record on the airline. A huge storm was, as they didn't know, going to strike at just 2:57 p.m. They weren't alerted at all. As the flight pushed back, there started a sudden flickering of the cabin lights, which dissipated after 7 seconds. Cause is still unknown. The pilots never checked the maintenance logs of the aircraft before the flight, which would lead to their demise. The storm would hit hard, a large storm. The pilots would get the takeoff procedure ready.
Full power, 100 throttle. Pretty bad out here, eh? Yes, it is. V1. Rotate.
Successfully from the airport, now heading to Minnesota. Start the routine route, and around 180-degree turn. For whatever reason, the pilots were dangerously low to the ground for this route. Didn't react since they were used to this on this ATR, but the issue was fixed, and the ATR was telling the truth. It was now only 17 seconds from impact. By then, it was already too late to pull up. No survivors were found or recovered. But how could have this possibly happened? The ATR had done many takeoffs, many landings. So what went wrong? When the investigators checked the FDR and saw the plane flying right into the mountain, they were puzzled. Well, you see, the pilots had flown this plane many times. Somerset Flight 988, which, from earlier in the video, hard landing, messed up many GPWS warnings and some instruments. which were told to the pilots who flew the aircraft. And you see, the altimeter had a tendency to show wrong data, like say if you were at 11k feet, it would show 7k feet. It's always for minus when you're in the thousands, and the pilots had done some error by going on the wrong route. And the pilots of this flight weren't told that the GPWS was fixed, so when they heard pull up, they thought it still had a malfunction, and then reacted until the last seconds, which were too late to pull up. They also believed the altimeter wasn't fixed, so they went to 12k feet, which would actually be just 8k feet, bringing them into a mountain range, which then they smacked down into. This would be the first deadliest crash of Somerset Airlines, with the airline having to pay the families that were affected. This accident showed that more pilot training needed to be extended to fix this issue, and more alertness to the maintenance log being checked. The overall cause being pilot error, incorrect GPWS, and CFIT. Controlled flight into terrain. Somerset Airlines would later have barely any flyers, and then would declare bankruptcy, merging with another American airliner shortly afterwards. Then, the airline would be forgotten entirely in 2020. Many are still affected by this ATR crash, as the event lasted seconds. It will ripple out for years in the airline and aviation community.